Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
We are now at number 27 of the 49ers roster countdown for 2022. The most important 49ers for this season. We got rookie running back Tyrion Davis Price, or TDP, as we will call him. He's going to be wearing jersey number 32, and it's very, very fitting, right? Like, I think numbers tell something about the player. This is a big-bodied dude. He's big, 6'1", 219, coming out of LSU. He's a thumper. In the words of the 49ers scout, he is a big back with a little back's feet. Quick. Got lots of speed for his size. There's no doubt about it. We're going to be going over film. You're going to hear from TDP himself and what his role for the 49ers will be. Having said that, let's jump into the film work. Let's throw that up here now. I'm going to jump forward. This is the game against LSU versus Kentucky. He's number 3 here. Now, LSU rotated their backs all the way since when he was a freshman. When they won the national championship, that was Burrow, Chase, all that stuff. He was getting work back then. This moves forward to last year, and man, he is just in the second half, he just goes off. That's kind of who he is. He is a late game running back that just continues to build and build and build. Now, he went to high school, Southern Lab High School in Baton Rouge, and he's kind of been in Baton Rouge his entire life. He was a 4-star recruit, ran track in high school, and was a relay runner at 230 pounds. This dude is a big man that can move quick. He was a finalist for the Work Done Award, which is the top high school player in the Baton Rouge area. He had 2,500 yards, 29 touchdowns, and almost averaged 14 yards per rush. By far one of the top running backs in the 2019 class. He chose LSU because he wanted to stay close to home. He does have a daughter, Brooklyn, gives him all the motivation he needs, is what he said in a recent press conference. And whenever he got to LSU, again, he started contributing right away as a true freshman on a national championship stacked team. Scored 6 touchdowns, appeared in 14 games with LSU on their championship run. Then his next year, 2020, he led the team with 446 yards. That was a bad LSU team, one of the worst ever. Got, Orgeron fired. It was just bad. But he stayed with the team. And then in 2021, he led the Tigers with over 1,000 yards, 6 scores, averaged 4.8 yards per carry in 2021, and was a very good receiver. In his 12 starts, he didn't have any drops, but only 10 receptions. So not a lot of work in the passing game, but what we did see looked pretty good. And by far, one of my favorite things about him is pass protection. He's just an absolute stud, and you'll see in a couple of these clips here, number 3, step it up in pass pro. He just decleats guys. I think I counted 4 pancake blocks as a pass protector. That's one of the reasons why rookie running backs don't see the field. He's going to be able to step up and do that right away. Now, when the 49ers picked him in the 3rd round, he was their second pick. They went Drake Jackson in the 2nd, then Ty Davis Price was their next pick in the 3rd round. People didn't like it. I had a 4th round grade on him. They took him in the end of the 3rd round. People were a little upset. He's picked 93rd overall, so a top 100 player. But the more and more you watch the film, the more and more you look at the 49ers roster, it makes sense. And again, with all the Trey Sermon uncertainty, what's going to happen with him, who knows? It kind of changes that as well. Now, if you're watching this film and you're saying, hey, man, we want to see a little bit more, it's, whatever, this is all available on Patreon. We've got several games. I think we have 4 games up of him on Patreon currently. And as soon as you sign up, you get them all. It's the best way to support the podcast. And, man, trust me, we're doing a full series right now just on explaining scheme, what's a cover 3, what's cover 6, what the 4-2-5 does, gap integrity, run game, all that stuff, football 101 numbers. So, again, head over there, patreon.com, 49ers Rush Podcast. That's where you're going to be able to get that. Sign up, you get everything as soon as you sign up. Now, you look at his metrics. He ran a 4.48, which is just unbelievable. He's 6'2" is what he measured in at the combine. 21 years old, And again, yards after contact, knee drive. Man, he uses his knees as well as, man, he's not Roger Craig. I understand that. He's nowhere near Roger Craig, the build, whatever. But the knee drive, the purposeful knee drive is incredible. It's impeccable. It shows up consistently. Very physical, plays behind his pads. Not a lot of highlights, but is always moving forward. Efficient chain mover, okay? Efficient chain mover. Think about those Kyle Shanahan drives where he goes off for, 10 to 20 plays. That's what Shanahan is building towards. An offense with bigger offensive linemen than he's used to, bigger quarterback, Trey Lance, than he's used to, bigger running backs than he's used to, right? You look at Trey Sermon, Elijah Mitchell, Jeff Wilson Jr., Ty Davis-Price, bigger backs. That's what he's going with. He's not a home run hitter, but he's durable. And he's a second half freaking just lightning phenom because he just keeps going. This is a guy you can give 20-plus carries a game to, and he's going to be all right. Area scout Warren Ball said, quote, he's a big man with little man's feet, end quote. And they absolutely loved his size and speed combination. When they drafted TDP, they said that he had a top 5 GPS speed of any back in the country versus Alabama. He's got the speed. He's got the size. Really, really do like this guy. Now, my athletic comp, if you just look at height, speed, measurables, and all that stuff, Keyshawn Vaughn for Tampa Bay. Play style comp, I'm going TJ Yeldon, who made a career in the league as a bigger back that could pass, protect, and, pass catch. That's what it looks like to me. He's got a 4-year rookie deal with the 49ers. Absolute lock to make this roster as a third-round pick. He is making it completely. Not even worried about that. Now, he did have a minor injury in camp, and that was an issue because instead of him gaining ground and fighting for that second spot, Elijah Mitchell is going to be the starting running back for the 49ers. But whenever they drafted him, you had everybody saying, look, 1-2 punch. Kyle Shanahan, you had Anthony Lynch, you had Anthony Lynn, John Lynch. Everybody said we're looking for that 1-2 punch with our running game. Elijah Mitchell's 1. Can Ty Davis-Price become that number 2? Missed time in camp wasn't good. You've got to learn the playbook and all those things. Now, I will say this. Running back usually has traditionally the easiest step from college to pro level. So it's not like the running back playbook it's complicated, there's no doubt about it, but it's the most simple position to make that adjustment. But he's leaving a window open for Trey Sermon. And that's one of the things that he's got to change. And again, if one of the things that he brings to the table is durability and how he never gets tired and just keeps running in the fourth quarter, he's got to show that. Got to show that. Now, most likely scenario, he's going to be the number 2 back. It might take him, week 3 or 4. Sermon might get that chance. Jeff Wilson might get that chance first. But that's one of the things we got to see. He's got to prove it. 49ers run a meritocracy, especially in the backfield. Doesn't matter where you're drafted. We saw that last year. Sermon was behind Elijah Mitchell from the jump. And so even though they traded up for Sermon in the 3rd and they got Elijah Mitchell in the 6th, didn't matter. So Ty Davis-Price has got to show it. With where they drafted him, he's going to get the chance to prove that. But, man, if there's any issues, I'm telling you right now, Jordan Mason, another undrafted free agent out of Georgia Tech running back, we did his show a while back. That's somebody that's a dark horse to make this roster as well. I love Ty Davis-Price. I really, really do. I think if you look at what he could do, I have no issues with him getting 600 to 700 total rushing yards this year. It's going to be spot duty off and on. I doubt weeks 1 and 2 we'll see much of him, but once we get about a month into the season, that's going to be his time to shine. Once we get into November, December, that's going to be his time to shine. Those 3rd and 4th quarter, you're not going to see him early. That's not what he brings. He's going to wear down this team. The defense. That's the whole idea behind it. Really like this kid. And was it a reach of a pick? Maybe. But he's somebody that's going to make an impact. We have him number 27. If you told me in the 3rd round at pick 93, you were going to get the number 27 player on this roster, that's a deep roster, you got to be happy with that. Now, can he live into that and produce with what he was expected to accomplish? That's the next goal. That's what we got to see. You got to put up, man. So like this kid a lot. Excited to see what he's going to be. Easy to root for. Amazing personality. And I'll say this. I want to say thank you to Anthony and Josh, the producers of this entire series. All the background work that they do, they are incredible. And for us here at the 49ers Rush, we're just going to keep counting them down.